ever feel like, I don't know about you, but fundraising sometimes feels like this big mystery.
Yeah.
Like you go in blind. It's like, who are these VCs? What are they looking for?
Yeah.
How do I even get their attention? What do they eat?
Right. Like it feels like this like exclusive club that you need a secret password to get into.
Totally. And then everyone's got advice, but who's right?
Yeah.
Like I've heard people say, just focus on the senior partners, bigwigs, right?
Right. The decision makers.
The decision makers, yeah.
Yeah.
But then I read this article, right?
Yeah.
And this guy, Marc Andreessen,
Okay.
huge name,
Yeah.
in VC, like he says the exact opposite.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. So what is Marc Andreessen saying?
Okay, so first of all, for anyone who might not know, Marc Andreessen, he co-founded Andreessen Horowitz, A16's.
Right. Yeah. I've heard of it.
One of the biggest like heavy hitters in the VC world, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So he's not just some like random dude on Twitter
No.
giving out advice.
He knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is interesting. He's saying focus on the junior VCs. Why is that?
Okay, so he has this whole thing about what he calls pitch refinement.
Okay.
Okay, so imagine you're an athlete, right?
Right.
You wouldn't just walk onto the field, no practice, no nothing, and play the championship game.
Yeah, that'd be a disaster.
Yeah.
You need to practice, you need to refine your skills.
Exactly. So you need to like test your plays, get feedback from your coach. And that's kind of what he's saying junior VCs are like.
Okay, got it.
They're like that practice run, that scrimmage.
You're like for your practice partners.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
To help you fine-tune your pitch before you get in front of, the big leagues.
That makes a lot of sense because I know like especially if you're a first-time founder, you don't always know like what's going to resonate with, like you said, the senior partners, the people who are actually making those decisions.
Totally.
So this is huge to get that feedback early on.
It's like having a secret weapon.
Yeah, like a cheat code to navigating the VC world.
Yeah, exactly. But it's not just about like perfecting your pitch.
Right.
It's about their influence, these junior VCs.
Their influence, but they're not the ones who are like writing the checks.
No, but they're plugged in.
Okay.
They're going to all the conferences. They're reading all the tech blogs. They're out there like talking to the up and coming startups. They have their fingers on the pulse of what's new, what's exciting.
So they're the trend spotters.
Yeah, like maybe a junior VC was the one who first like noticed Clubhouse was taking off.
Right. Before it was like a big thing.
Before it was mainstream. And that kind of insight, that's gold to those senior partners.
Absolutely. Yeah, because the senior partners, I mean, they're busy, they're managing portfolios, they're meeting with a lot of people. So to have someone who's like really in the weeds, so to speak.
In the trenches. Yeah.
Who can give them that insight that's super valuable.
Yeah, and he actually says this in the article.
Okay.
He's like, the senior partners at a firm like ours, meaning Andreessen Horowitz, look to the younger people a lot and ask, what's interesting?
Wow. Okay, so they really do rely on them.
They rely on them.
That's huge.
Yeah.
So it's not just about like going in with a polished pitch.
No.
It's about understanding the whole landscape.
Yeah, like you said, understanding the whole landscape. And junior VCs, they're like your key to understanding that landscape.
Yeah, they have a unique vantage point for sure.
Yeah.
They can tell you what's resonating in the market, what's not, what kind of companies are getting traction.
It's like having a direct line
Yeah.
to the next big thing.
Exactly. But I think the key takeaway here, and Andreessen emphasizes this, is that building relationships with junior VCs, it's not just about your next funding round. This is a long game.
Oh, interesting.
Right. Because today's junior VC could be tomorrow's senior partner.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so you're playing the long game here. It's about building those relationships early. It's not about getting the yes today. It's about like nurturing that relationship.
Yeah, fostering that connection, building trust. Because venture capital, it's about relationships.
As much as it is about the ideas.
Exactly. As much as it is about the ideas, it's about the people behind the ideas.
That's a really good point. So it begs the question, what's in it for the junior VCs?
That's a great question. Why would they spend time, mentoring someone who might not even be pitching to them directly?
Exactly.
I think it's a couple of things. One, it's a chance for them to build their own network. 2, it helps them sharpen their skills in evaluating pitches
Okay.
and identifying promising startups.
So they're also learning.
They're learning, exactly. So it's a win-win.
It is a win-win. That's a really good point. I like that. So I think the takeaway here is don't underestimate the junior VCs.
Don't count them out.
They're not just the gatekeepers. They could be your allies, your mentors. And as we just discussed, maybe even future power players that you already have a relationship with.
Exactly. Building that relationship early on could be one of the smartest moves you make.